Hello everybody, Zelfie here, and today I am going to be doing sort of commentary over an Unbound run I am doing. Now, Pokemon Unbound is a ROM hack. It uses the same new ROM hacking engine that Red uses, so it has a bunch of modern features and modern improvements that should make the game really exciting, especially if you're anywhere familiar with the current ROM hacking scene. And this is also a game that's been highly requested for me to play. It's another pretty difficult hack compared to Radical Red. I'd say it's very difficult in a much different way from what I've seen so far. And I haven't seen too much of the game. I've gotten almost to the second gym. I beat the first gym, so I am just gonna go through all this stuff up ahead and just sort of talk about what's going on as we are playing the game. So yeah, I've pretty much said everything I needed to say. If you're interested in this game or want to throw me tips down below or anything like that I'm missing, feel free to do so, because it's also, as much as this is a first playthrough for me, I also sort of want to serve it as a guide, or maybe just show people my experiences in the game. I will also be saying that if you're here to learn the story or actually follow along, you probably don't want to watch this video. I cut out a lot of the fluff. I'm pretty sure I skipped the entirety of that first portion of the game where you have to go down to that one town, pick up the package, go up down up there, and then come all the way back down. I pretty much skip all the way until Icicle Cave, and that's supposed to be because I don't think anything insane happens. I am also playing on Insane mode, just because why not? And yeah, I hope this will be fun. So obviously my first decision here is what starter I want to pick up. I've thought about this. I'm like, well, Bellum's really cool. I like Metagross. Larvitar is also good. I know you get Drillbur super early on, so having a Drillbur plus Tyranitar, or Excadrill plus Tyranitar combo, at the get-go, sounds really fun. But ultimately, I decided against it because there was another mod that I really wanted to use for the strategies that it would open up eventually, and strategies that I could also use now that I wouldn't really get to use anywhere else. And so I ended up going with Gable here, which is probably the normal choice. I think a lot of people that I've seen at least have picked Gable from at least this point. And I'm also making the same mistake just to make sure I sort of get one that I like. So I'm just thinking about it here. I'm like, I could go Larvitar with Excadrill or Bellum. But yeah, I ultimately decided on Gible. That's mostly because the Pokemon that I'm talking about that I want to get, is gonna be probably in the next clip. It is the thing I go for immediately, and I really liked what I was able to use of it. So when I finally, decided to wrap my head around what Pokemon to choose here, I'm gonna choose Gible. And I'm sort of I don't know how good this decision is. I'm not sure if I'm making the best decision at all, but I'm gonna presume that all three starter choices are fine. They're all pseudos at the end of the day. They can all Mega Evolve. There we go. I got an Impatient Nature too. I checked the IVs, and I believe it's they're decent all around, except I'm missing defensive IVs. Now it's just a bad defense IV, which is fine because I have the Impatient Nature to at least boost it up. So yeah, I think all three star choices are probably fine. Like I said, they're all pseudos, so they're all going to be broken at some point. And there's a lot of things that can make up that slot. And I've already talked about some of the decisions you can make from the get-go and why I think that opens up, so yeah. Also, that trainer down there, he gives you a Stunky, a Glamia, or a Skorupi, randomly based when you get your Pokedex, so make sure you pick up that mod. It's just another Pokemon that you don't have to spend balls on or time to really get, so even if you don't end up training it, you can at least use it as fodder or something. I end up using mine just for a little bit. I think it's quite helpful for the very first gym, especially. And I'm also just going through and showing you guys where all the little side quests and extra things are. You get some heal balls here, you want to activate that Alolan Sand Slash quest, because that quest is really, really important. And also, if you end up talking to that dude at the front of the cave, he'll end up giving you a tutorial on how to catch a Pokemon and give you some balls. And here, I'm just grinding in that cave that Sand Slash opens up, and I'm looking for a low percent encounter for a Mawile. And this is the mod that I was talking about that I really wanted to use. It's another steel type, so it interferes with both Beldum and the Excadrill line. So, you know, this is why I decided to go with Gible. But I really, really, really liked using this mod from what I've used of it so far. And to tell you why, first off, it is Intimidate, which is a huge, huge boon. Intimidate grants you semi-free switch-ins, allows you to play around. Let's just say there's like a significantly stronger Pokemon on the other side of the field. If you swap in Mawile a couple of times, you're going to be able to intimidate it down. And you're also going to get access to like Stockpile Baton Pass really early on. And I end up using this in at least a gym leader fight, but you can probably use it in a lot of other fights too down the line. So I just think Mawile's like a fantastic support mod this early on, and I do actually find with Intimidate. If this wasn't Intimidate and it was Hyper Cutter, I would have just let this one go and found a different one. Because like I said, Intimidate's really important. And yeah, I'm just trying to catch it because I see it on the like first run that I did, which is just on my phone, just so I could get a feel for the game. It was like, this mod took me forever to capture. I don't know why, but, you know, here my speed up is a lot faster, so it's not so much of a problem. And thankfully, I catch it before it kills me. I did end up using Smokescreen to make sure it didn't, like, kill me while I was trying to catch it. And, yeah. So, I've grown my team up a little bit for the Alolan Sand Slash fight. Now, the first thing I should note is that you can definitely choose this fight. This is one of the fights that you can actually use potions on, even if you're on Insane. So, as long as you have, like, something that doesn't straight up die to Icicle Spear, you can definitely potion your way through this fight. But I ended up not having a potion at all, which is not what I was intending to do. I was just ready to come in here and cheese it. But, I mean, I suppose it's another form of cheese either way, where I just like set Smokescreen because the Sand Slash loves to set up defense curls first. I think he tries to go for 3, and then, yeah, I just set up as many Smokescreens as I can, go back to Mawile, so now it's like -2 attack, and then, like, unhittable accuracy. And, yeah, this is the point where I just go ahead and try to kill the Sand Slash, and it goes pretty well. Like, Sand Slash can barely even touch me. Even when it does, it's not even dealing like 10% of my health. And killing Sand Slash here will finish the first mission, and this gives you a really, really important TM for this first match, or for this first gym. And the reason why I say this is because this first gym has basically an accuracy check. You have to be able to beat the gym leader through fog, and it's not like, haha, both players are missing. No, the gym leader is perfectly, like, accounted to just sit on his ass and not do anything, because he will be able to out-heal your damage if you are constantly hitting him, and that is why you have to, like, focus on, gain some type of strategy, like, bypass it. And there's a lot of ways you can do this. You can get an Infiltrator mod, or a mod with Kenai, and that includes Zubat, Hoot Hoot, and Pikipek. I actually picked one of these up later. You can also use Sandstorm, which comes on Larvitar and Gible, and that will remove the fog for a couple of turns. In the meantime, like, Gible will have Sandveil at least, and I don't know if Larvitar probably has like Sand Force or something. And then both players will probably be able to hit accurately. But the Sandstorm does not completely remove the fog. And the last option that I don't exactly show off yet is that you can actually catch an Alolan Sandshrew, which I should have done at that point in time. I just sort of forgot about it. And you can get a trade for a Ducklet. And the Ducklet ends up having Defog, which removes the fog permanently. Although I tend to try to use the fog more to my advantage, just because I can. I can pretty proactively set up, while the gym leader can only defensively set up. And also, this fight is a bitch for me. Can I just say that? This wind-up, like, completely fucking rocks me. I tried beating this fight a couple of times with different strategies, like I was trying to stuff ball while, but accuracy drops fucking suck. And if you baton pass while stockpiling, you're just gonna throw those accuracy drops onto another mod. So I just said, fuck it, I'm leaving Stunky, and I'm smoke screening this. You can definitely make this fight a lot easier. Just pick up his fuel. It's not that hard. Or like any other mod. But Spiel's definitely like the mod that will rock sword him the most. And that's pretty much your Rival 1 fight. I don't know what the fight is like for the other starters. Larvitar probably beats Beldum. And the Beldum probably struggles, so you'll probably have to rely a lot on Spiel for that. We also caught Pick-a-Peck, and like I said, that's one mod that I wanted to put Keen Eye on, so I just went ahead and got it. And now we're just activating a bunch of side quests in this city. There's a side quest to save 100 times, and that gives you a bottle cap, which I presume... Well, actually, I don't know. I don't know if that changes your ability or helps to perfect IVs, but, you know, if you want to go ahead and save 100 times, you sure can. There's also a Zagron side quest in this game. There's also a reading the trainer tips signs quest in this game as well. And I don't know what the trainer tips quest gives you yet. There's not really like a resource for what all the quests gives from what I've seen. Also, this is the man that will trade you the Sandshrew for, what's it called? The Ducklet? I thought I put the Sandshrew clip earlier, but apparently I just forgot. Anyways, yeah, Ducklet's here. Mine has really good IVs, I'm not really sure why, but yeah. If you want to use Ducklet, there you go. I will say, you're also going into a volcano later on, from what I've seen, and so having a water type for that will probably make it a lot easier. And so, yeah, there isn't too much else to say here. Oh, I accidentally moved these clips here, didn't I? I know I did. Where the hell is that one clip of me just catching the Sandshrew? Or did I already do that? I don't know. I'm tired. I'm just throwing all my items on. There's a Gloom that tries to sleep powder you, or berries, hope of some sustainability. And basically my strategy is, I'm gonna lead Mawile and Trumpink. And basically, Mawile's gonna set some stockpiles and pass it to other mods. Preferably the Stunky and the Gibble that can just Home Claws and, you know, bypass the accuracy decrease from Fog. Also, this guy asks you if he wants to fucking smoke weed. Do not accept that. What that does is it will give both your starting Pokemon and his starting Pokemon plus defense, I believe. But you really don't want to do that because I can't think of a single scenario where you, like, where you need that defense so badly that you want to make the Gloom, like, intolerable. I'm already, like, I could have trained up my Trumpink, like, 4 more levels and this would have been better. But, like, even so, it's just not great. The Gloom's already stored HP through grassy terrain, and I mean, Pluck's doing alright damage. It'd probably be doing, like, maybe a third or whatever. But, yeah, it's just not necessary. You don't need the buffs because he's not really attacking you. He's just gonna sit on his ass and do whatever. So, just don't accept the buffs. And you're just sort of seeing my plan unfold right here. I'm just gonna stockpile 3 times, and this will allow me to basically take any hit I want, as long as it's not a crit. Which is an asterisk that comes up later. And, you know, picking up any of those flying types I mentioned earlier, the Hoo-Hoo, the Zubat, or the Pick-a-Peck, will greatly help you here. He has a Gloom, a Floette, a Weedle. I can't remember what his last mod is. He has one more. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head. Oh, it's a Comfy, yeah. So, you know, just having a mod to get rid of this Gloom is very nice. Just because the Gloom doesn't get hit often, but when it does, it's just wasting your time. And that's how I felt about this entire fight. This fight's kind of rather long too. Also, fun fact, the first time I fucking played this, I didn't save before going to the gym battle. And this is like, it was at the end of my shift at work. So I was done with my job. I'm a shopping cart pusher, in case you don't know, at Walmart. And I work until closing, which currently we close at 11. And so, you know, at the end of my shift, when there's some more carts to push, I just sort of go in, and people were telling me, "Hey, play this game." I'm like, "Cool, I'll check it out on my phone." And so I was playing it. I got to this gym. I'm like, oh, it's probably not going to be that bad after the game. I had continually, like, beat my ass for, like, the past half hour because I didn't know what I was doing. And, yeah. And then I entered this gym, and I legit got, like, fucking pee-pee stalled because he legit just refused to attack me. I had to struggle myself to death, and it was painful. And keep in mind, I just wanted to get this over with. So, you know, after I clocked out, I was still in the middle of the gym fight. I go to my car. I'm pretty sure I didn't leave work until like 12:20 a.m. Just because this fight was holding me fucking hostage. It was really funny. And yeah, I mean, I'm just doing my best to entertain this fight here. This fight's really lame when you're prepared for it, but you absolutely have to prepare for it. Otherwise, you're just gonna get screwed like I did. And unfortunately, like I said, I didn't save, so I just had to sit through it or just lose all my progress, which was the worst. But yeah, like I said, there's so many strategies that you can take around this. You can do Sandstorm to just remove it and play around with your normal mods. Like, if you caught anything other than what I did, you will definitely need to rely more on the defog / Sandstorm stuff. But, you know, because I keep the fog up, I can just, you know, get around the fact that he can't really hit me, except for critical hits that somehow still hit through the fog. And, you know, that's just a huge boon to me, basically. What else is there to say? So many Pokemon get Home Claws. Unfortunately, Mawile doesn't get Home Claws, which is something that sorta surprised me. I thought I was just gonna be able to pass the buffs around, but oh well. I got cut out there. I forgot what I was saying. Oh no, I should have been to remember what I was saying. Oh yeah, but like I said, I thought Mawile was gonna be able to learn Home Claws and just pass it around, but unfortunately that's not the case. So the only other boosty move that I could really get later on is like Sword Stance, which, you know, I will probably swap the Sword Stance when I get the opportunity. Because Sword Stance passing sounds mad fun. Like, you just pass Sword Stance like Garchomp or anything else. Maybe something that can't boost. Mawile is definitely a permanent team member, as well as the Gibble. I'm not sure about anything else that I have on the team so far. I mean, I didn't even really use the Ducklet here. And the Ducklet just sort of existed because, well, I wanted to show it off just in case. Thankfully, I didn't really need to. Well, I did end up bringing it at the end, but yeah. Also, Trumbeak learning Roost is also super helpful, because in case if it ever does take, like, a Moonblast or a Play Rough or something, I still have that in the back. And I end up getting, like, really impatient here. I think I end up stockpiling 3 times, and then swapping out, and then forgetting to, like, actually pass my buffs, which just, I was so done with this fight. As you can see, this fight has gone on for, like, was it 6 minutes now? And this is longer than any other clip I've shown so far. And this fight pretty much takes up the rest of the video. There isn't much I do after this. But yeah, there isn't too much else to say. This gym will just fuck you if you're not prepared, so just prepare. It sucks that you can't just, like, walk in, I guess. But yeah, I don't know what they expect from the other gym leaders in the future. Like, this one is definitely, oh, well, they give you all the resources to play around it. You just have to make sure to play around it. But I'm not sure what else they could do with, like, the future gyms. Because, like, it makes sense that you could do this for the first gym leader, because you have such a limited context. Like, you have way more control over the Pokemon that you have before this, right? Like, the developer intentionally knew, like, what strategies were available to you, and etc, etc. Sort of like in how Radical Red, the developer, plays around what Pokemon are available to you at the time. So I'm not really sure if that's going to be a theme continuing on with the next few areas, but, you know, I intend on checking that out and seeing where it goes. Another thing I will note is that I really haven't seen too many actual moveset changes or stat changes stat changes in this game, so I presume this is gonna be like a Kaizo Emerald hack, where the Pokemon aren't necessarily, well, I guess the Pokemon are buffed in that game, but they're not like buffed to like everything's relevant. It's buffed to what they give you is like good enough for that area. That's all you're getting. You're not getting anything like better. Also, Gimbal evolves into Goodbye. I definitely did this fight underleveled, I will say, but that's fine. Just because like my strategy is pretty well kept, even if I lost 2 of my home class centers to crits. Anyways, yeah, he gives you Grass Knot, and I just want this guy to fuck off because he wasted so much of my time before. He even wasted so much of my time in this fight too, just by critting my Pokemon when it was so unnecessary. And I also just leave the scene in because it's kind of funny. But yeah, if you guys want to see more Unbound content, just reply, comment, whatever. I know this is like sort of like rushed, sort of. Like I just skipped out a lot of stuff that you do in the beginning, but I just didn't feel it was important enough to leave it. Oh, also, if you talk to this guy, he gives you a Grassy Gem. I don't know if it's a thing that you get without just clearing the fog with defog, but you know, it's whatever. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys later.